Welcome, everyone. Tonight we're doing a questions. It's me, Mark. You guys didn't get what we were wearing at all. So how was everybody's week? Hope it was good. If you had any questions that you thought of over the week, feel free to shoot them in the messages. Also, Garcia, we can't figure out why you did what you did. It's like 28. I can barely go out in jeans, so.
I can barely go out in a t-shirt.
Exactly. It's hot, so I don't know how you didn't die, but good for you.
Want me to be your co-host from up here?
Yeah, just shout at me.
Okay.
Yeah, you're like the old people from the Muppets.
Yeah. You're doing a great job, Mark.
Thank you. Well, that's not what they would say. They'd say something a lot meaner, but.
I know, but I'm a pastor. I can't.
Yeah. Yeah, you have to be nice. It's a requirement. Do I start? That's all I got for a welcome. I guess I should.
Ask them how their day's going.
Well, yeah, nobody's commenting.
No.
I'm kind of concerned.
I know. I mean, they're probably
Like, are they worried about something, or
I don't know.
like, is Dallas off screen? No. Who would do that? That'd be mean. Dallas, it's just me doing the questions. Yeah. Shoot your questions.
I feel like the jig
Oh
is
my
up.
goodness.
Hey, yeah,
Did you have
I'm
a baby
here.
already?
Yeah, it's crazy. It just how these things work.
Whoa. Okay, I'm gonna move over now because we're like super close. Like we're close, but we don't need to be that close.
That's right. I'm here. No baby yet.
No.
We just thought
We thought we would
make you
fool
think
you.
there was a baby.
None of you guys. Well, we thought you'd bite a little bit harder.
I know. I'm kind of.
Uh,
Yeah.
maybe I need to take acting classes. Maybe I didn't have a.
No, it was very convincing. I was standing right there, convinced as
I
can
mean,
be.
I was just as lost as last week when you ran away to get pizza.
Right.
I was just as lost. So.
Good times, good memories. Welcome to Youth, everybody. Tonight we've got live Q&A. We're gonna try and fool you in the future even more so, because that clearly didn't work. I think this is yours, right?
No, I think I switched them all.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
You sure? Now we've got that Princess Bride thing. I clearly cannot choose a cup in front of you. Oh well.
Yeah, I think because I normally leave a lot in my cup, and this one has more in it.
My hair looks bleached. I spent so much time outside this last week. How about you guys? I mean, Garcia's, you clearly did. Oh, on a dare. On a dare. Nice. Good for you. Very good for you.
Was it triple dog dare?
A pinky swear dare? Is that a
I've
thing?
never heard of those.
Me neither. Maybe that's
Oh, it's a thing now.
We're making it up.
Trademarked.
It's a new thing. So anyways, tonight we've got, you don't, you want to scare us? Because now
It's
we...
reverse psychology.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways,
Yeah,
we've got live Q&A tonight. It's going to be great. Before we do that, we've got another challenge for Mark and myself to complete.
Yeah.
This is a good one. Like,
See, I think I thought it was easy, but apparently it's a challenge.
it really is. So the challenge is the classic soda cracker challenge, which if you know it, you know that you have to try and eat 6 of them in a minute. And Mark thinks it's
Yeah.
doable. And so I've
I
tried
it's
before,
six
so I
crackers.
know what we're up against, but can't wait to see how
we did
that
eat
goes.
some pizza.
True.
So I think our spin, like the little twist we put on it, is going to be harder than the crackers.
True,
right?
true. That's right. So we've got, the classic
like,
crackers, but then we've also got, we've
Stage
upped
2,
the ante.
because we love to do that.
The old folks home version.
Yeah, like when you're 70, you can still do this.
Oh, yeah.
mean,
So,
yeah.
So we can move on to our table, I guess.
Yeah, I guess we can start our
and
challenge.
we're going to start the challenge. So, as always, there's pizza points at stake, which I don't know if you can see, but Mark drew this
It's
lovely piece of pizza here on the boogie board.
Michelangelo over here.
Seriously, just wait till he gets going into marble and stuff.
Yeah, I'm working on a statue in my apartment.
Of yourself?
Yeah, it's a self-portrait.
Yes.
I stand in the mirror as I carve it.
That'd be impressive.
That would be. It's
Michelangelo
me
should have
carving
done that.
myself.
Yeah.
That'd be trippy.
That's no small feat.
Because, people paint pictures of themselves painting, and it goes smaller and smaller and smaller.
True.
But how would
That's
you do that
impressive.
with a sculpture?
Yeah,
It'd be tough.
it's true.
Okay,
More
but
on
yeah.
that in the weeks ahead. We'll have to do like a youth on location of your workshop station.
Just a walk
What you
through
doing?
of my state.
That'd be great. Bonus
Whistle.
challenge, can you whistle after?
I'm a pretty good whistler.
We'll find out.
I practice.
So as always, if you want to win pizza points, Emily, we haven't forgotten about your pizza points from last week.
Did we get Xavier?
We did, yes.
Perfect, there we
yes. Xavier enjoyed Italian
Kept me up all week.
meats galore. I know, right? It's you promise these things to the people, and then it's like, I gotta deliver. We'd make
Also-
great politicians.
We will get you a pizza.
Mark and Dallas for
in our second
politicians.
term.
That's right. We will keep our promises.
Oh, wow,
Podcast.
thank you.
Oh,
I've
we
never
should
had
have a
such
podcast.
great, compliment. That was so
Yeah,
nice.
that's right there.
Wow.
Right there.
See, I have the face for a podcast.
Boom.
Self-burn. Those are
That's
rare.
great. I'm surprised. You could have thrown that my way. I'm
Yeah,
good
I
with
know.
it. You know. Anyways, the challenge. If you want to win pizza points,
We're getting there.
guess who's going to win or do the best in this challenge. The soda cracker challenge, 6 crackers in a minute.
Yeah.
Guess in the comments now, and you just might win yourself a pizza this next week.
Yep.
So we'll just.
Well, mosey on over. Oh, every time. Keep getting caught on my wires.
So as you see before us, we've got safety precautions, a big 2-liter of mug, and then we've got the crackers right here. It's like almost 3D.
Don't worry, we wiped the table down. It's
Yeah,
fine.
that's right. Clean hands.
So, I don't have to eat one cracker at a time, do I?
You can approach this however you want.
Also, these are slightly bigger than my typical soda crackers at home that I practice with.
That's true. You know what? Let's take 1 cracker away, because I
Okay.
still don't think it's going to be doable.
I think I can do
If you
5.
get 5 down in a minute, the extra cracker is here.
Just to prove a point.
Yeah. So would you like to go first, or we could flip a
Oh,
cracker
we're doing
for
it
you?
at the same time? Or at different times?
Oh, same time. Good
I
call.
thought we would do
Good
same
call.
time.
Good
And
call.
is there a way to put a timer on the live stream, or do you got one on your phone?
I feel like that's a lot of.
We didn't prep you for
yeah,
that. Sorry to put you on
sorry
the
about
spot.
that. It's just
We'll just use our phone.
we just ask wonders out of.
I mean, he is. The
He's
one
gonna
to-
try, folks.
There we go.
All right.
Uh,
Worst comes to worst, I
As soon as he
have.
tells me how to chat,
a
my
timer
brain
here.
just stops.
I know. I've
like,
lost
what?
everything to
What
talk
do
about.
I do now?
Yeah, and we don't have the comments close by anymore to
Yeah, I don't
ask what
have-
to talk about. So, anyways,
Yeah.
it's
How was your week?
it was a good week. Good
Yeah,
week.
we asked them how their
Outside
week
a
was,
lot.
and they never answered.
How was
so-
your week?
It was good.
It was good.
I got outside a lot, so I was burnt to start off the week. Like after one day of being outside, it was like, boom, red, and then
Nice.
by the second day, it was like, oh, dark. I was like, oh, I love my life. Like being tan just cures so many things.
It's true. You feel like I don't know. I burn unless I
Right.
like burn enough that it turns to a tan.
Exactly.
But you gotta like stack up a lot of tanning credit to.
burn points. You gotta
Yeah,
get
that's
those
right.
burn points before you can
So you
earn
get
a
that
tan.
base tan.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a different sun here than it is like near the equator.
Yeah.
It's like you burn when you're near the equator, but it lasts for a day, and it doesn't
then you
feel
get
as
dark.
bad. Yeah, exactly.
You
But
get
here
way
it's like,
darker by the equator.
you get scorched, like scorched earth.
Like, I have a ton of relatives in Arizona. My one uncle who lived down there, man, he'd come up here and, like, he looks the exact same as my grandpa, but, like, just brown. And, like, I don't mean, like, brown. Like, I mean, like, a dark brown, almost, like, black.
Wow.
Like, it was
Where is
impressive.
he?
He lives in Arizona.
Oh,
He lived.
must be
He's-
so nice.
He passed away.
Oh,
But he
sorry.
was super dark. Like, I couldn't believe it, and I was so jealous because, like, we can't tan like that up here.
I
Like,
know, yeah.
But, like, he has sun year round by the, not super close to the equator, but
Closer, yeah, significantly.
Yeah.
It's probably like halfway between us and the equator.
It'd be a little
Beyond,
closer, I think.
you think? Yeah, that's true. 'Cause where is the equator?
The
Mexico?
equator, no. Well,
Below
yeah, it
Mexico?
goes right at the base, because, you know,
Is it where South and
there's
North America
Mexico,
meet?
and then, yeah, it's right where they meet.
Oh, okay.
It's just slightly below that into South America, which is technically Central America, which isn't technically a continent, but they classify it separately. So it goes right through there, and Arizona's like the touching the Mexico border. So it's not
Oh,
very
okay.
far at all.
Nice. Oh, it must be so nice.
So,
Someday.
but I guess you gotta factor in like the whole curvature. But I still think it'd be way closer. It'd be farther than half.
Nice.
It's always weird to think about the world as like a.
I know.
Because then you look at a map and it's like, why'd you make the map flat?
Yeah.
We should just like make pocket-sized globes.
pot-sized globes?
Pocket.
Pocket-sized
Pocket-sized globes.
Seriously, little
Yeah.
globe chain.
Yeah, just like,
necklaces. Like,
where's this?
yeah,
Where
that
am I
light
going
up
today?
or like holographic, so that.
Can't download the phone fast enough.
Oh, that's okay.
Okay, we'll
We've
use our
got the iPhone.
Lean it up against the root beer, and then we can see that. Hopefully.
All right,
Okay.
the game is afoot.
Oh,
Even though it's more of a mouth.
This cracks so many parts of my
5.
body.
All right,
You have to hit start. Or do I hit start?
I'll hit start and then we can start. If there was ever a time to be talking moistly, it's now.
Just saving up the saliva.
That's right.
Lots of S's.
Yeah. All right, the game is on. What the hell? We'll clean it up, I promise. 4 seconds, we're so good. Oh, it's not. It's like the Sahara Desert. It is so dry. Ooh, 20 seconds. Ah! I was one swallow away.
I mean, I got the 6th one in.
Isn't this the worst sound in the world?
Oh, I know, I hate it.
It's like everybody's alarm.
Yeah. The worst is when you have a dream with that in it, and then like, you're like, man, what's this weird song? And then you wake up and you're like, oh crap.
Oh, I shouldn't put this away. We still have one chance. Did you get all 6?
I mean, the 6th one's still in my mouth. I'm still eating it.
Oh, doodle. I don't even know
But I
who
got
won that
5
one.
done. I got, as soon as he said 4, I swallowed my 5th one.
Hokey doodle. So winner of that one, clearly you.
Do we take a drink break?
Absolutely.
Because I'm definitely not doing that after. If you pour out. So if any of you have, parents or grandparents over the age of 50, you know what these are. They're deliciousness. You dip them in coffee. They're like an English style. They call them a biscuit, but it's a cookie, and they taste amazing. They taste very English.
Would this be like what a crumpet would be?
No.
Like tea and crumpets?
Similar, but like this has more flavor. A crumpet's kind of more biscuity.
I would like to experience a crumpet before I die.
I think a crumpet would be fluffier too.
Had I thought ahead, I would have brought a broom.
Yeah. You made a huge mess.
That's part of the strategy.
Yeah, you're like-
you talk more, you lose most
Yeah,
of your
just-
cracker.
you spit out half a
That's like a
cracker.
whole cracker worth of crumbs there.
Oh man.
Ooh. All right, you want to explain the challenge once again?
So yeah, we did 5 crackers. Instead of 5 crackers, we have 4, as the British call them, biscuits. They're very dry. They're normally dipped in a drink to eat them. And so we're doing a minute again. So a minute, whoever eats the most or whoever eats all 4 fastest is the winner. Take your guess of who's going to do better. If you're right, you get pizza points. And yeah.
Do we think this is possible?
No, this would be way harder than the crackers. Like, they taste delicious, but they're heavy. Like,
Do we want to make it like 2 minutes?
I think
Is
so.
that going too easy on ourselves?
No, I don't think so at all.
All right.
These things are huge and dry. Like, I had one earlier just to try. And
Like, I've got a pretty big mouth. Cheryl tells me, reminds me of that occasionally.
once
But I
in a
don't
while.
think this is doable in a minute.
No.
So we'll see. I mean, if you
I don't
do it
think
in a
I can
minute,
get one
then.
cookie in a minute.
All right, here we'll make the challenge this. Guess who is going to win, but also
How much?
time it's going to take. Closest to the time wins 3 pizza points.
Oh, so we have to eat all 4 and we're going to time instead of counting down, we time
Well,
up.
we'll still do the 2 minutes to see if
Oh.
this challenge for science.
Right.
That sentence didn't make sense.
No.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
That's the making of great hosts, It's just like, oh yeah, I'm with you
Like
right
we're
there.
trying to figure out how much time should be on the challenge so if it goes viral.
Exactly. This could be the new challenge.
Yeah.
Hashtag, what are we going to call it?
Hashtag biscuit bash.
Biscuit
No.
bash. I like the alliteration. If it was a crumpet, it could be crumpet crunch.
There, we'll just call it a crumpet.
But we can't. I don't
Yeah,
know.
but Britain's gonna get
The
mad at
world's
me, but
gonna
does
get-
anybody really care about Britain? Like, they're so out of date. Take that.
Well, now we're going viral.
That's what happens when you lose the Revolutionary War.
Okay. Guess who's going to win? How much time it's going to take? The challenge is on in 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, you're all attached.
Oh. So good. So good. I don't even want this thing. Oh. You're happy with it. God, moving. It's terrible. I can't. Oh. Flash forward 60 years. Oh,
You know what? Maybe if I break them in half,
It's
they'll
like
be
scratchy.
sizable and doable.
oh. Oh. Man, that thing is pretty. Well, now I'm eating tasteless crackers.
Did you just say tasteless?
Tainted.
Tainted.
Your crumbs over my
It'll slow you down. I'm adding my cracker to yours.
I'm gonna have to fight gag reflexes now to get through this. I'm only at 2.5. I have no love for
Smack
these
your
things.
lips, it helps. Oh my goodness.
Goodness.
This is how it ends on a YouTube live video eating crumpets. Oh. There's so
I'll
many-
do it.
Oh, you're gonna try to beat me? Not a chance. It's in my mouth, it counts.
Oh.
Oh.
Well, that was awful.
We did better than I thought we would.
I have like, yeah, I gotta,
I think I'm gonna need to lay down for a second.
yeah, I'll be right back. I can't finish it.
He's just gonna go spit it out. Oh, there's a garbage there. I thought you were gonna run out to the washroom.
Oh no, feel free to.
Oh my goodness.
That is just
Everywhere.
too much cookie for anybody.
Oh, no kidding. Which one was yours again?
I think this one.
Yeah, I think so. Because I leave more in mine. I think we already discussed
Thanks,
this.
sure they're not crummy.
I just spewing everywhere. Oh,
I'll go check who guessed what. You want to
carb
pour me one too?
overload. Those have carbs, right?
Wow, that was ambitious.
I need to brush my teeth now.
Emily said a minute 45 for you.
To eat all four of
To
them?
eat all 4. Everett said me in a minute 43.
Holy.
You know you're married when?
Yeah.
Minute 45? I say minute 43. All right, thank you.
Wait.
Oh, Xavier cares about Great Britain.
No comment.
We'll have a phone line set up afterwards for if we offended anybody over the course of tonight's.
Complaint.
You-
It'll be like one of those old disconnected like spinner phones. Like, why isn't anybody calling?
Hey, we traded back.
Yeah, I know.
We're trading sides
Oh
for,
my goodness, I gotta
for a
swap
reason.
again.
I don't know what that reason is, but
To prove a point.
difference.
Oh.
Our YouTube page looks way too the same.
Yeah.
You got crackers like on your.
Yeah, I know. I got like they're behind me.
Okay, it's just.
Probably got in my hair. That's the problem with luscious long locks.
That's true. It's the burden.
I know.
The burden you bear.
I definitely need to get a haircut, but I'm also worried because like, how do you handle this?
Well, here's a promise. when we get together again in person, we'll redo this challenge, but we'll have everybody partake in the challenge.
Except me and Dallas, because we already did it once and that was painful.
That was awful. That's so much sugar. Like, you bite it and the thing just explodes into little particles of dusty sugar.
Like the cracker, you can almost like compartmentalize.
Yeah.
Whereas that thing,
Oh, yeah.
you take one bite, boom.
The cracker,
It's
it's
just
like,
and like it expands. Like it fills you like. Cracker, you can put like 2 crackers in your mouth. You put half of a cookie in there, it fills your mouth. And I was putting whole cookies in.
it's like when you eat rice, like a lot of rice, and afterwards you just know it's expanding in your
Yeah.
stomach.
It's
It's
like,
like, I'm so full. That's the problem with buffets. All you can eat.
Yeah, because you eat
They'll
so
get
much
you.
rice.
So much rice.
Same with that sushi hut.
Oh,
Like you eat all
so
that
good,
sushi
but
because
yep,
you want to finish it, and then like afterwards you're walking to your car and you're like, I'm gonna die.
so bad, so bad. So that's the challenge for today. Hope you enjoyed it. We're gonna
Tell your friends.
That's right. Like, comment, and subscribe. Invite your friends to
What are those things called?
Here?
Biscotti?
biscotti.
I think that's what the cookies are
Oh,
called.
Like that go with coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's do that. We should class this thing up. We'll get some leather high back chairs. Little coffee.
Yeah.
Like a tea party
Just
type thing.
dipping it in hot coffee and then shoving it in her mouth.
Like a Tim.
Where's that gonna go wrong?
You ever Tim Tam slammed?
I've had it, but I've never like done it like
Oh,
properly because
you
like
gotta
you
try
chew
it.
off and you use it as a straw and then you have to like.
And the whole thing like melts. It's great.
Yeah.
Tim Tam slam. We'll do a how-to tutorial on our podcast that we're gonna start up.
But you can't watch video on podcasts.
It's true.
So you just have to.
Shows
to
what I know
walk
about
through.
podcasts. You can hear the sound, what do you call it?
Unless the ASMRs.
Yeah, you can hear it so vividly that you can see it.
Yeah.
That's
Picture
what
it in your mind.
the bumper sticker will be
Bumper
of our podcast.
Yeah, we should do that for the merch drop. Bumper stickers.
Yeah. I mean, you only. And you,
I mean, I
you
guess how
only
many
have
kids
a car
have cars?
for
Should do it for Converge.
maybe grade 11. Yeah, that's right. That'll be the graduation gift.
The graduation gift.
Oh, biscotti is an Italian biscuit, meaning twice baked. There we go.
Oh wow, somebody's culture.
That's a fun fact. We're
Wow.
gonna have to have you featured on here, Xavier.
Fun
to
facts.
Share the fun facts all the time. So anyways, that was fun. We now segue is the word I'm trying to find into question and answer.
Yeah, I almost said Bible study, but it's not a Bible study. It's a
It,
Q&A.
it can be, depends where the questions lead us. So excited for that.
Oh, did we
yeah,
figure out
didn't
who
find
got
out
pizza
who got
points?
Pizza points.
Before we segue.
A minute flat from Mark. Hoagie Doodle Garcia's.
What? For
That
all
is-
4? You guys obviously don't realize what these cookies are.
That is love and
like,
appreciation
they're not
for
your
your youth
actual
leader.
grandma cookies. Like these are like your corporate grandma cookies.
Corporate grandma. Yeah.
I can make a movie about
Grandma
that.
gave in, ended up
Grandma
branding
sold
and
out.
patenting her secret cookie recipe. So I guess we'll come back and figure out who.
Yeah, we'll do it afterwards.
That was a good one. Good contest.
Oh, how do you erase with this? Can you?
No, you got to push the button in it.
Erases everything.
Erases everything,
Shoot,
but
I screwed up my
that's okay.
I screwed up my signature. I was gonna sign it for you.
Oh,
Then you would
you
never
can
erase
still,
it again.
That's true.
Plus-
Frame it.
Yeah.
Frame
just
the
frame
boogie board.
So yeah, question and answer.
And twice swallowed. Haha! Nice.
I really
Seriously.
hope not. That's disturbing.
I don't know. Had I pushed myself a little more,
Yeah, maybe. How does
Could've
that
been.
challenge work? If you throw up, do you have to? I'm not gonna ask that, but
I don't know. I guess you could ask yourself what are the technicalities. Like, did you
Yeah.
get it to your stomach in 5 minutes, or
If you threw
or
it up,
in,
then you
in 1
did.
minute?
huh?
True, true.
Weird.
These are the things we
The things we think
wonder.
about.
These are the questions we ask. So, the question answer tonight. If you have any questions pertaining to God, faith, and life, throw those into the comment section. If you want to ask for a friend, that's totally acceptable too. We want to be able to chat about everything and anything that you guys wonder. The word I learned today was quandary, which is
Oh, yes.
it's a good word.
It's like to inquire, isn't it?
It's like in a state of perplexity. Quandary.
Oh, that's how you spell it?
Definition.
I thought you spelled it with a U.
Oh, yes, you do. Sorry, that was a typo. A state of perplexity or uncertainty over what to do in a difficult situation. That game right there, that's a
Yeah,
quandary. Quandary quantity, we could call the challenge.
Very British.
There's 4 quandary
words.
quantity.
Big words.
Quandary of, or quantity of quandary. I'm gonna stop before I ruin a good thing. Maybe I already have.
Your mic is twisted into your
Oh,
shirt.
sorry about that. Thank you.
It's infuriating.
Take such good care of us.
Way to look out first.
Sounds like a hurricane. So anyways, Hurricane Dallas, of course.
Do they name hurricanes after boys? Or is it only girls? Or does it depend on what year is this? Because there's El Nina and El Nino. So because I don't remember a boy named Hurricane, but that's also because most years are an El Nino, not El Nina.
That's a
I
good
wonder if
point.
that's, sorry.
That's a great first question. Do they name hurricanes only? Do they name hurricanes after females? Female names.
There we go.
There it is.
There was Hurricane Arthur in 2014.
Oh. Are they trying to say that Arthur can be a female name now?
Harvey or Michael?
But what years were they El Nina or El Nino?
You know what I think would be a good hurricane name? Is
Oh.
Hurricane Kevin.
Kevin.
Hurricane Kevin. It's coming. It just sounds like, I don't know. It just strikes me as something that, if you're looking for hurricane names, if you're one of the meteorologists that decide these things, Kevin. I submit Kevin as an option. I've never met a Kevin I didn't like, so why wouldn't it be a?
True. I don't know. Many
Although I don't
Kevins.
think you'll like hurricanes either.
No, you don't want a friendly hurricane.
I could
I mean,
really
like you do, but
soil
you're never
the
going to
name
get a
Kevin.
friendly hurricane. Are you just laughing at us?
We're gonna
Okay.
get back to you on what name, but I still like the name Kevin. So,
So is that what you're going to name your baby?
I don't know. Is it? Guesses on what the name
I've
will
been
be?
trying to guess. You won't tell me.
Oh. It's a good name.
I think naming a hurricane would be more fun than naming a baby. I don't know.
Well,
Because you don't raise a hurricane, you raise a baby.
It's true. You know what the challenge we found with naming, or coming up with a name is?
What?
Is the, you got to think of everything, like the bully factor. Like what are kids going to nickname my kid if I name them this?
Yeah.
And then what the initials can spell out. With the last name G, you can end up with things like bag or hag or lag. You know, you can end up with a lot of things that you don't want to.
See-
There's a bully factor.
My parents screwed it up because, like the hotel in Vegas, the MGM Grand, missed it by that much. I'm MJM.
Oh,
Do you know how awesome it would be if I could just walk around? My nickname
You
would be
could-
Grand because I'm MGM Grand. Like I would have become a
That'd be a
raptor.
great
Like not a
nickname.
raptor, a rapper, guaranteed. Like, here comes MGM Grand.
you could change it though. MJM, turning of the tides.
Yes.
MGM has had its time.
Also, to answer Xavier, I know that they're part of the ocean atmosphere, but since they name each year is an El Nino or an El Nina year, right? You can't have both of them in the same year. So I'm wondering, one means little brother and one means little sister. So I'm wondering if it's a
Oh.
little sister year, they name the hurricane after a girl.
There
or
it
if it's a
is.
little brother name, they name it after a boy. That's what I was getting at.
I think this quandary is cracked.
Quandary.
That's great. So educational. Manitoba School Board should have approached us
Well, I learned
to
that in
do
school.
online school.
Yeah.
But for
Put a Zoom
the
class.
COVID-19,
Yeah.
welcome to class. We're going to talk about
To Mark and
hurricanes.
Dallas 101.
That's right. El Nino, El Nina, you be the judge.
Yeah. tell us
Except
what
not,
you
because we're going
think.
to tell you what it is.
Yeah,
But
but
still,
yeah, this isn't
you
youth,
can
it's
judge
school.
before we do. Man, you guys know so much stuff. It's nice. It's good. I feel like I just know movies and stuff.
I mean, movies are fun.
It's helpful sometimes, but
But I mean, movies are based off of real life. So if you know a lot of movies, even if movies are 20% of real
true,
life,
it's true.
but if you know so many movies, you might know more about life than some people.
true. They do say in a story you can say so much more than you can say in a fact-based book.
True.
It's good
There you
times.
go.
I love educational things.
Nino? You're right. It is. I mean, you obviously know more than better than I do, but you're right. I'm just saying it the white way. The
Oh,
Nino and Nina.
We missed Hufflepuff Narnian, but maybe Hurricane Kevin builds things for us rather than destroying things. There we go. It's cracked. Hurricane Kevin takes things that have been lost in the ocean,
And brings
picks
them
them up,
back.
and puts them back nicely on land. Hurricane Kevin, everybody. It's hard to say.
Coming, I don't want to say a year because then it's like if it does happen, it would feel terrible. But then we'll go viral.
It's true.
Coming 2023, Hurricane Kevin.
It's gonna be great. Anyways, so hurricanes. So you know, it falls under the category of God, faith, and life. So whatever it is, you know, hurricanes.
We'll talk about anything.
We'll talk about it. Samsung cell phones. We'll talk about it.
I mean, there's really not much to say. They take really bad photos, and I don't like them.
They're not iPhone. That's for
They're
sure.
no Apple.
No Apple. So yeah, live Q&A.
We have questions.
We do have questions here
Yeah.
that we're gonna kind of pick and choose from. If you guys don't have any that you'd rather ask, your guys' questions take priority. If not, we're just gonna go through this list of 20 questions that we have. We won't go through all 20 because we don't have the time to do that, and I don't think a lot of people
I
have
don't
the
think we could
attention
answer
span to
them all.
watch that. That's true. That's
Like,
also true.
Some of them are like still debated.
It's true, which would be good. It'll raise great discussion.
Yeah.
So, with that said, we're going to dive into discussion or live Q&A night. I'll open up in a word of prayer, and then we'll dive in. Father, we thank you so much for just the beautiful week that you have given us and just the opportunity to get outside and breathe in some fresh air. I thank you for this opportunity that we have to meet together virtually, and I thank you for just the easing of restrictions that we're able to do more and more as it's deemed safe to do so. And so we thank you for that. We thank you for the wisdom that you're granting to our leaders in this time, and we thank you for never leaving us nor forsaking us, even in times like this that there's so much uncertainty. We thank you that you are a foundation that we can stand upon that will never be shaken. So we commit this time to you. Would you guide this discussion and teach us more about yourself tonight, Father? We love you, and it's in Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Amen.
Man, there's like one weird white spot. Oh, that's the whatchamacallit of your head. Never mind. Like, you know how like where your hair parts or whatever?
Oh, yeah,
Mine's
yeah.
like really far over here.
Oh, I think, can you move it if you
Yeah, I think
come
so.
over to one side?
Yeah.
Heaven is obviously a physical place, but where is it? That's a phenomenal first question.
Yeah.
I like it. Plunges us into the deep end. What do you think?
Ah,
Saw
shoot.
Xavier's comment.
Yeah, I know. I just saw
Shots fired.
I don't have dandruff. It's a crumpet.
It's probably
Probably is.
cracker dust.
You just head and shoulders. I don't
Yeah.
have dandruff. But yeah, heaven is it? Obviously physical.
That's a good bounce
Like-
back question.
Because, I mean, like, we've explored like a lot of space. I don't think it's anywhere on Earth. Mm-hmm. Is like, there's a lot of things that, or at least I don't know about heaven. Like, it could be physical, but is it like, you know, like a different world, like a different realm? So like, this is our physical body in this world, but then when we die, our spirit goes into our heavenly body, and so really, heaven isn't located anywhere where we can go. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean?
I was just trying to find a verse here. But it's true. I wouldn't necessarily say that heaven's a physical place, and I'll be careful how we delve into that. But what we do know is there's reality, there's physical reality, there's spiritual reality. Mm-hmm. In biblical language, it would say there's a veil in between the two, or a shadow of things to come. That'd be the spiritual realities of heaven, where we'll spend eternity. And so I would say, that being said, God is outside of space and time. As the creator of it all, he holds it all together. if that hurts your head, it should, because it's an unfathomable thing that we can't grasp, and that's what makes him God. And so him being, outside yet transcending through physical reality and spiritual reality, it just kind of points us back to the unfathomable unknowns about who God is and how majestic he is. But yeah, I don't know. What would you say? I know you did. It's a good question.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
And a lot of people ask it because as a Christian, our goal is to reach heaven, and it's one of our main focuses. But the Google answer is always very straightforward, but it's
Uses
also
big words.
it's also like it's like when you use a Google answer to answer a question for homework, your teacher can tell it's a Google answer because it's like
Yep. It's like,
you know?
they know how you talk.
Yeah.
Change it to your own words. Synonyms are your friends.
Yeah, but yeah, like, shoot, I lost my train of thought. Our focus is on trying to get to heaven and on Jesus, and it's really easy to try to, like, as a human, we want to focus on the end. Our whole existence is based on reaching the end. Anything we do, it's start, middle, end. And so I think when we get deeper into our faith and we realize that there really isn't an end, but there is, like, it's like heaven's the sequel. We want to see it.
Yeah.
But we can't. And so it's a question we ask a lot, but really it can't be answered because it's kind of part of that just believing that
Yeah.
it's there.
And I think a good question to really get to the heart of this question, great question, is what makes heaven heaven, right? Because I think what we can be at risk of doing is when we talk about it as like a location, it's like, okay, how am I going to get myself to that location? And if you take a careful look at that sentence, the phrase there, get myself to heaven, is where you're going to run into problems with the gospel, because the gospel says you can't get yourself there. It's nothing you can do in and of yourself. It's what Jesus has done. And so the answer to the question, what makes heaven heaven, that's Jesus. It's where he is. It's God in all of his glory and splendor. We know that we can't see that in fullness right now. You've seen, when he passes by Moses in the cleft of the rock, he reveals a portion of himself, and Moses' face glowed. And so if we were to stand before God as is, I really don't think we can handle that. You see men in the Bible fall on their face when they have visions of being in the presence of God. And it's not a terrifying, fearful thing. It's a wonderful thing. So, you're struck with awe and just gazing upon God's beauty and splendor. It's, we can't handle it. And that's where I'm thankful we have eternity to
figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I love that question. Great follow-up question.
Yeah. Yeah, so will we have more knowledge when we go to heaven? Back on you.
Oh, dang it. I thought that by
Just give
giving
me
the
look.
gesture.
No, I'm just going to read it and give it to you.
Well played, good sir. I'll just share this verse, kind of closing on that question before segueing into this one. Hebrews 10, it says, "For since the law has but a shadow of the good things to come, instead of the true form of these realities, it can never, by the same sacrifices that are continually offered every year, make perfect those who draw near." And so, take a look at Hebrews 10. Would encourage each of you to study through this. It kind of weaves through that, the physical, spiritual realities, and gets to the heart of it all. What makes heaven heaven? Jesus is there. God is there in all of his glory, in all of his splendor. And so that's a lot of the language that the Bible would use, kind of revolving around that. Follow-up question was again, will we have more knowledge when we go to heaven? I believe yes. I believe we'll be able to ask God things, you know, why
Yeah.
are stars so big? Why are supernovas so scary? Why is lava bright orange? I love lava.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Why are sharks so cool?
Yeah, yeah. Shark? Never mind. It's gonna take us off topic again.
Shark
I'll
Week's
save
coming
it
up,
till
by the
later.
way.
Shark Week. So like, the Bible talks about like, God gifted Solomon with knowledge when he was on earth. Do you think it's the same when we go to heaven? We get gifted with like knowledge like Solomon was. Do you think we'll get gifted with knowledge as vast as God, or do you think we'll just gain more knowledge just simply by being able to converse and communicate with God? Back
Yeah.
and forth, like.
Yeah. I love thinking about this stuff. And I think where I'd be at currently is I would think we're not going to know everything because we'll never be God, but we'll be in God's presence, heaven. And, you know, part of what makes him God is that he knows everything, omniscient. And so, yeah, I think it's going to be, you know, heaven doesn't get boring, eternity doesn't get boring, because we'll never,
Stop learning.
yeah, and fully know, right? Only God can do that, only God does that. He fully knows us, he fully knows all things, and so we get to spend eternity just exploring who he is, I think. Yeah, and I think that's where I'd be at. I don't know that I could really...
Right. It's kind of just like a question.
Yeah.
See, because like I agree. Like I don't think we'll ever be, you know, gifted with the knowledge of what God has because He's God. But it's curious to think about whether like as soon as you reach heaven, your eyes are immediately opened, which I mean it's hard to say. You have hopes, and I kind of hope it's that way, that they're open. But then you also, because they're opened, it leads you to a deeper conversation with God than you could ever have on earth. And that's a hope, but whether it's actually that way, you don't know until you're on the other side.
Yeah. I think you really touched on it too, like perspective. When you see God, when you're in his presence and you know him, it's like, hokey doodle, why was I ever worried about wearing socks that matched? Or like, you know, the biggest problems that we face in the world. It's like, why was that a life wrecker? Why did I let that plague me for so long when I can know this God who is so good, who is so awe-strikingly wonderful? Perspective is a good one. So, great question. Thank you for just like...
And great follow-up question.
Yeah. Forget this like zero entry pool. Let's go to the deep end.
Yeah.
Jump off the high dive.
Just nose dive right in.
So good. Yeah. We'll pick a question off of our list here. I like this one. You want to go there yet, or do we want to build up to that?
I think we can build up to it.
Nice. That was actually I'm thankful you asked that question, because that's actually one of the ones that were on our 20 questions list.
Yeah.
So, way to go, Garcias. Might be
Yeah,
that should be a good one.
we can do that one.
So the question is, and I'll ask it so that I
to
throw
go
the ball
first.
into your court.
Yeah.
What is it that prevents people from living to their full potential? What is it that prevents people from living to their full potential?
So definitely the main thing is going to be sin and Satan causing us and infecting our heart and our spiritual being. And then also just like this, and then it's definitely sin is like the main answer, but then how does sin, so I gotta go back and take another look at this to see how I gotta word it. Sin is what causes it to sink in, right? So like, what do you classify as your full potential? It depends who you ask. You ask a Christian, your full potential is serving God and getting to know Christ and just being a part of the church. But you ask someone who doesn't know Christ or doesn't go to church or anything like that, and their full potential starts to change, right? And so what stops you from living to your full potential is not realizing what your full potential is, because you've either fallen away because of sin and your own doubts, or because you just never knew it in the first place. And so then you just go on living your life chasing this false full potential, kind of like a dog chasing a car. Like you think you're going to get it, you're almost there, and then the world's going to knock you down. And it's like you always say, when a toddler's learning to walk and it falls down, the parent doesn't get mad at it and go, "You stupid child, why are you falling down?" And that's what it's like when we're reaching our full potential towards God. But when we're trying to reach these other full potentials that the world puts before us, and you do fall down, it can be like a parent just being like, "Why are you like this?" Like,
Yeah.
And so that can really knock a person down and stop them from then, even if they do find Christ, trying to realize that full potential, because they've been yelled at and they've been kicked so much when they're down that they're scared to get up again, because it's scary to get up when you think you might fall and when you're scared to fall.
Yeah. What a great bit of advice, you know? You'll never live up to the world's standard for you because the world didn't write your instruction manual. But like you said, when we look to the one who did, the one who wired us, designed us, created us, that's where you start to find like, oh wow, I see this ability or gift in me that is clearly given to me, that I can really use for the kingdom. And it's a freeing thing, you know. I know that especially for you guys, the time in life that you're in, there are so many messages that the world's going to say, this is who you should be, you know. You should have all the fidget spinners. You should. I know that's old, but it's one we all get. So
Don't bring those back.
it'll say that, you know, this is who you should be. You should be vaping, you know. If you want to fit in, that's what to do. You should be sleeping around. If you want to be one of us, then that's what you do. You should be trying drugs. That's, you know, it's what you do at this point in life. But
you're young, so enjoy your youth.
Yeah,
Like it's like don't waste your limited life, when really you don't have a limited life. You have a limitless life that you could be living. But we're so scared to lose that full potential, this earthly potential, that we give up our limitless life to live by everybody else's standard.
Yeah, and the polarizing difference I think we can see in, you know, when you've listened to the world and you fall, where are they? They're nowhere to be found often, unless they're there saying like, oh, try it again, you'll get it. But the polar opposite approach of that is God's love for us, where even if we listen to the world and we do what the world has said and we've followed the crowd for too long and we fall, when we get up and we look to God, He's still there like that loving parent to pick us up, like you said. And that's just, you know, if that's not a big lighthouse of, hey, here's your purpose and potential in God, the one that's there for you through thick and thin, who never leaves you nor forsakes you, who died even while we were still sinners, that is, I think we can all look to that lighthouse, that beacon of hope in Him, and know that He's there every step of the way. Yeah, I like it. It's good.
I forget what I was gonna say. Oh, also, like, your full potential as a Christian, it is like what I said earlier, like serving and getting to know. But also, like, you look into like roles of the church, and there's a lot of different roles that people take, and I think realizing that people struggle to realize that because everybody thinks, like we're the body of Christ, so there's the hands, the feet, and everybody thinks that like you should be the feet, or everybody thinks you should be like them, and that's not true. And if you live that way, the church can almost sometimes stop you, and sometimes you shouldn't take the church's word like, oh, this should be my role. Sometimes you need to just sit down and pray and be like, God, where do you want me to play into this plan?
Yeah.
And
what a wonderful thing that'd be if we all took that time
to figure
found
out
that
what
place of just asking, you know, what have you created me to be, to be able to do to serve your kingdom. Like if we all got as creative as possible, you know, God is a creator, and so it makes sense then that he would place within us as his image bearers a creative aspect or element, and that can be so different. It can be cooking, building, drawing, singing. You know, it could be anything, and even, you know, I'm hesitant to list some because I don't think we can reach the end of the list.
No, and then as soon as you do start listing, people think, oh, this is the list, when the list is never ending.
Yeah.
There's a million roles. He created us all uniquely because we all have a uniqueness that is to be utilized.
Yeah. I know that's one of the things that gets me really excited about the church is that hope of, as God continues to lead his people and show them, hey, this is who I've made you to be. I've given you the strength. I've empowered you to do this. This is who you can be. Thrive in that. Like, you just think about all that the church can be, and it's limitless, and that gets me really excited because it's
So much potential.
yeah, seriously, no end to the possibilities.
Yeah.
Nice. Carrying on the heaven theme, which I think is a really good
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
So, how old will we be in heaven? How old will we look? And do the blessed in heaven see us now? So I know these are questions that have been discussed a lot. I think it's fun things to ponder. When I did my youth pastoring internship a couple years ago, the pastor thought he'd throw a curveball during the interview and was like, "What's the resurrection body going to look like?" Which is, you know, your body in heaven. And I said, "Well, I don't know about yours, but mine's going to have a six-pack." And, you know, just thinking that it'll be, you know, chiseled and perfect. But I don't know, you know, like we'll know when we get there, but
Yeah.
still thinking about it, it's like,
Yeah. Yeah, like God created us on this planet, and he created our DNA so that we would grow up to look the way that we look. And why would he change that? Right? So like I think we'll look the same. But as for age, who knows?
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
I don't think it'll be like the age that you die at. But again, it's one of those things like you have your hopes, but you have no way of understanding.
yeah. I mean, age, I don't think will exist
Yeah.
in heaven. You know, it'll be like, oh, that's Mark, that's
Yeah.
Nels. We're brothers and sisters, you know, So, yeah, how will it look? I don't know. I hope I have a really cool beard because I haven't been able to grow one.
They're overrated.
Yeah.
So overrated.
So yeah, I'm sorry. We can't answer that.
Yeah,
but it's
sorry.
fun to think about.
Yeah.
And do the blessed in heaven see us now? I know this is also one that a lot of people, you know, we talk about, we wonder about, you know, does my grandpa see me now? Like, is he able to look down and smile on me? Yeah. What do you think? I'm going to throw that one in.
Back at me again? Oh my goodness. Again, like a lot of these questions about heaven, everyone has their own take, and the Victorian era, when painting and art was a very vivid thing, a lot of people put it into art, and I think that's molded our modern day view of it. Whereas really, that was their hopes, right? Like the people with wings flying around, and like there's not really a whole lot in Scripture to give you an idea of what heaven is like. It's God's domain.
Yep.
And so it's fun to think about, and it's easy to ask those questions because we do think about it a lot, but it's really hard to answer because like I have my own hopes, and I kind of hope that people can look down at me and like watch me, but it's also like I don't want them to watch me all the time. Like, like it's like that, like when Santa's like watching you before Christmas, like get out of here, you creep. Like I don't want it all the time. But sometimes like when you're doing something good, you're like, oh, I wish my grandma could see me now and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I hope so. I also hope that when I pass away, I hope that I have like a lineage of my own family that I can watch them grow up and hopefully grow in a way that, you know, with a family, it's like planting a garden. You want it to be plentiful, and I hope that they are like that, and I hope in heaven we get to watch. But yeah, Revelations is a great place to go to.
Yeah.
It's probably one of the main places.
Yeah. And on that, like what you were just saying, like I feel like that's part of the blessing, right? When you look at Abraham, especially, God promised descendants as numerous as the stars in the sky, the sand on the seashore. And back in Hebrews 11, verse 13, or chapter 13, 11:13. My goodness. So it's talking about like Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, who all knew this covenant God had made with them, this promise would be fulfilled. But in Hebrews 11:13 it says, "These all died in faith, not having received the things promised, but having seen them and greeted them from afar, and having acknowledged that they were strangers and exiles on the earth." For people who speak thus, make it clear that they are seeking a homeland. If they had been thinking about that land which they had gone out, they would have had an opportunity to return. But as it is, they desire a better country, that is, a heavenly one. Therefore, God is not ashamed to call them, or to be called their God, for he has prepared for them a city. And so, yeah, it kind of goes from there to what heaven will look like. We know God's prepared this city. Jesus said to the disciples, "I go to prepare a place for you." If it wasn't so, I wouldn't tell you. But as far as how it will look, I think the best possible answer we can give or place we can direct you to would be Revelation chapter 4, which is one of my favorites because it talks about the throne in heaven. So it says, this is John writing this. "At once I was in the Spirit, and behold, a throne stood in heaven, with one seated on the throne. And he who sat there had the appearance of jasper and carnelian. And around the throne was a rainbow that had the appearance of an emerald. Around the throne were 24 thrones, and seated on the thrones were 24 elders, clothed in white garments, with golden crowns on their heads. From the throne came flashes of lightning and rumblings and peals of thunder. And before the throne were burning 7 torches of fire, which are the 7 spirits of God. And before the throne there was, as it were, a sea of glass like crystal." And that's just a bit of what Revelation chapter 4 says, but it's like, talk about like imagery and just awesome language that, it shows the limitations of our ability to communicate what it'll be like, but it points to basically saying like this, but bigger and so crazy. And to think that we can come before that throne in prayer, where God's seated. He's the one holding all these things together. And I love that lightning and peals of thunder rolling around him. And it's like Revelation. I love that song because it just directs my attention.
I just love the thunder because I like thunderstorms because and I guess it's kind of like that when you think about it because it just shows his raw power.
Yeah.
When you think about lightning and thunder, so I think it's cool that he incorporates that into Revelations there to show how incredible. Because I think even then, like, especially back then, like now you have a thunderstorm. Oh, I'm just gonna go in my house. Their houses weren't very well built. So like, you think it shows God's power now? Imagine back then, like you'd be terrified. And so, like, I think it just is so cool that it kind of points out how peaceful heaven is. That the thunder is constant, but yet not threatening at all. Whereas to these people, it probably all their lives they would have avoided, like, been terrified. That kind of stuck with me.
Yeah, and what a great image of heaven. It's to see God, to be in the presence of his full, unshadowed glory is we can't fathom, but we can look forward to with all hope. And I think that's exciting. Yeah, I think that's probably where we'll
Leave it.
wrap things up tonight. Again, Revelation chapter 4, Hebrews 10 and 11. These are some things you can be studying over the next week. Great passages of Scripture to just dive in and go deep. But yeah, we appreciate all the questions. Methuselah, good guy. Oldest guy in history. Also a good question. I think Methuselah would have been like great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandpa. It's like
The family gathering. just like sitting there.
Sitting in the
everyone's
corner.
Like, oh, hey, Grandpa. He's just
Walking
like
by.
got like the super long beard, just like sitting there. Like,
so good. So yeah, I don't know. I like that question. Great questions.
yeah.
Thanks again, though, guys, for partaking in live Q&A tonight. Absolutely love still being able to get together in this way. Definitely looking forward to getting together in person again.
What is it? 50 people outside now?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna see what's safe to do
fingers.
because we still have to do the social distancing.
Yeah.
And be careful. Make sure that people are healthy when they come. But
It's
plans
under
are in the
control.
works. They're brewing,
There you go.
and it's gonna be good. So it's a great time of year for restrictions to be
The
lifted.
restrictions, yeah.
Yeah.
As we come into summer.
Absolutely. Play some sports and golf.
What sports?
Well, contactless sports, they say. So.
Any of the sports that are non-contact aren't
You can play like, the plans are in the works. Hufflepuff.
It's a
Narnia.
surprise.
That's right. Schemy fingers. But yeah, that said, really appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Miss you guys.
Make sure to like and subscribe and comment.
Share this
And-
if you want.
yeah.
You know, send it to your video or to your friends. Like,
Yeah, I mean, preferably share a video where like I look bad.
Yeah.
But it's whatever.
edit out the crumbs that
This
are all
is like
over
my,
us.
my
and-
bad side. We really shouldn't have switched seats.
Feel free to like snip it, edit it, send it if there's something that's
Yeah.
like, oh, that was good, or
That was a
"Ooh,
good point."
I want to look into that more because I don't know if that was true. Push back on what we've said. That's what makes great discussion. You know,
Yeah.
If
Yeah,
everybody
you guys have
in
been
the world
asking really
agreed
good
on the same thing,
Oh, it'd be so boring.
we wouldn't all be necessary.
I
Is
know.
what the saying says.
Yes.
So, it's good.
God made you different, so don't die a copy.
No hints. Put the bell on.
Put the bell on.
Put the bell on. What bell?
Like a cowbell? We need more cowbell. Love it. Love cowbell. I wanted to play it in band. My teacher wouldn't let me. He said, cowbell's not a real instrument. I said, I
What?
beg to differ.
Oh, seriously? Especially when you got like a table full of them? My
Yeah.
aunt does that.
Nice.
She's able to do the songs and it's like, how do you know which one you're
Like, I
grabbing?
wanted to play so many cool instruments because he's like, no, we're only playing like real instruments. So like we had like clarinets, French horns, like that type of stuff. And I was like, well, can I play cowbell? He's like, no, it's not a real instrument. I was like, well, Tony over there, he's playing the triangle. That's not a real instrument. He didn't like it when I said that.
Shots fired.
I wanted to play the spoons. Have you ever seen somebody who can actually play the spoons?
Oh.
They're really good.
Sorry, I got distracted.
Yeah, we have a
Oh, yeah,
notification
like,
bell.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
like, but,
had a-
like people who
yeah.
actually play the spoons, it's
impressive.
incredible.
Yeah, that's a skill.
I know. I wanted to learn. He's like, no, it's not real music. I'm like, you're a
Show
nerd.
you real music.
And then he got this one band to come in to show us like, oh, this is like a real band and stuff. They had the most wacky instruments. Like they had instruments they made themselves, and they played the Cantina band music with like all these random instruments. And I just like dead-eyed look over at him. I was like, that doesn't look like a clarinet.
On the bell, I'm going to ask Jamie about how to do that because he knows all things
Techie.
techie.
He's a tech wizard.
So the notification bell, they're saying we should turn on so that they know when things are going on,
He's a 21st
which would...
century Gandalf.
What you should have to do is just subscribe, and then they have to turn on notifications.
Ah,
So if you missed that, you have to subscribe and turn on notifications.
the ball's in your court.
So please like, subscribe, and comment.
And share.
Alto, anything saxophone's awesome. If it's in the blues, give it to me.
Yep.
Oh my Lanta.
Oh no, we turn it. Oh no, you can. Oh.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. All's well. That's okay.
Wait, are you asking what a French horn is? It's a horn that is French.
Or is he wondering about real instruments? Please.
We
never
told you
change.
how to put the bell on.
If you need help with the bell afterwards, just give us a call afterwards, and
I'm so confused.
operators are standing by. But anyways,
Yeah,
that said, we're
that's what we
going to
got.
wrap this up. This has been fun.
Oh, put the bell on. Oh, is that a way of saying to subscribe?
Oh, put the bell on.
I get it.
Oh, I see. Do you feel like we're like Lassie sometimes? Maybe I just aged myself by saying Lassie. Do you know who Lassie is? You ever, what's wrong, girl? What are you trying to tell us? And the dog barks. Lassie's a dog. It's
Yeah.
a border collie, which are beautiful dogs.
Oh, I know. I can't wait. Actually, I want to get a blue heeler border collie cross because I love blue heelers. Absolutely love
You're
them.
gonna show me a picture of what that looks like.
What a blue heeler looks like?
Blue heeler
Dog.
collie cross.
Oh, I actually don't know. I just imagine it as beautiful.
Oh, what's this? What? Okay, we'll show. What? Oh, he falls over in disgruntledness. Nice. Anyways, like, comment, subscribe, put the bell on. Did I miss something?
Share.
Share. Sharing is caring. That'd be great. We love you guys. Don't ever change. If you need someone to chat to, oh, very nice.
Beautiful.
Sorry. We're here for you. Pretty soon we'll be able to go for coffee again too. So let us know.
yes.
I discovered a new coffee shop that opened during pandemic.
He really likes it.
I will take you there gladly.
He
Buy
asked
your
me about
drink.
it.
It's on me. Happy to do it. Just let me know. Take care, everybody. We love you guys. We'll see you guys real soon.